Okay, so for this video from the Family Wellness, um, I'm going to be doing making requests between teens and parents. So the role play that we'll be playing out is basically a teenager comes to their parents saying that they will just initially thinking that they want a bit more independence and like the ability to make their own choices, but not knowing how to ask of it. So instead of acting out as like sometimes teens tend to do because they have lots of emotions that override their bodies and their feelings, they kind of just come up to the parents and they're like, hey, can I talk to you? Like, I would like to stay out later on weekends if I can, and I will be sure to check in with you, and I will be really responsible with where I go with my friends, and if need be, like I'll like do extra chores, and the chores that I already have done, like I'll just get them done perfectly beforehand. And the parent can, for this situation, agree, listen to them, and try it out. Like kind of do like a trial week, see how well they do, if they like it, if they can go on longer, or if it doesn't work out and they kind of have to like be like, hey, you didn't really do a good job. We got to enforce more rules. So by using this, it is good to know that it is important because many people can get upset or complain when they aren't able to make their requests or use the words that they want to articulate themselves in the way that expresses them most clearly. And so that often can lead to feelings of resentment and misunderstanding. And I definitely can relate to this because sometimes I feel like when I get overwhelmed or stressed or I have a lot of emotions, I have a difficult time of articulating my thoughts and what I want to say. And so sometimes it just takes me like stepping back, just breathing and taking a moment for myself to really know what I want to say and how I want to say it, because sometimes I'm just thinking so fast and it's just like getting all scrambled up in my head and I just get really overwhelmed. So some healthy statements that you can be using is obviously you can be using the I statements. Be sure to be specific, avoid blaming when you're making requests, and be open to negotiating, because that's like your parents want what's best for you. And sometimes when you come up to them with like a new idea or a proposition, they're going to be like, they're going to want to talk about it. So you're going to have to be ready to back up what you want with your thoughts and your feelings. And so for making requests, you need to be able to say what you need, like I need your help with, or I want to ask you something, or can we talk? And so you also need to explain why it is important to you and why, and like just let that like be known, have it be known for the parent. Suggest a plan or specific times, and then also ask how the other person feels about it. Ask how your parents feel about it, or vice versa. So by doing this, especially in like a healthy manner, like good manner, it shows trust for the teen and the parent, and the parent and the teen when they're agreeing with something. It shows trust, it builds respect and cooperation. There's also less conflict, and also showing that there is a clear communication without misunderstanding and not involving any guilt in this. So something that you can do also for this is if you wanted to present it in like a group activity, you can have everyone write down on a piece of paper a made up or a real request that a teenager would want to make at home to their parents. And then you would have them then practicing it out loud using I statements. And then you would practice with someone like in pairs and then switch the roles and see how like someone would respond and do it in like a respectful manner. And then you would also want to be asking like at the very end, you're like, how did you feel? Do you feel like you were talked to kindly? Did you feel like the response was kind? Like, what did you learn from one another? So basically, by making clear and respectful requests, it helps families feel heard and they are able to work together better and more cohesively.